feel claustrophobic. Ooh, ooh. Hello guys, so today we have this long awaited unboxing. I honestly don't even know how many boxes I have. I also do not know how many canvases I own, but I'm very excited to find out. When I tell you I have to catch my breath, I have to catch my breath. I literally just did at least 10 trips up and down steps to get all these boxes up here. Just know I did this for you guys because your girl is not built to be going up and down these steps. But anyways, we're just gonna do a little introduction because this is my first YouTube video. Yay! Hello, my name is Jennifer, but everybody calls me Jenny. But once I hopped over to the diamond painting, Jenny Twinkles just stuck. People call me Twinkles. So up to you guys. I am 26 years old and I am a full-time nail tech. I actually started diamond painting around COVID time. I remember going into Hobby Lobby or Michael's, I'm not sure, and I picked up a diamond art club, which at the time I did not know anything about diamond art club. And I actually remember what canvas I bought. I bought Sneaky Cat, which if you don't know what Sneaky Cat looks like, it is this. I really want to buy it now. It just restocked. I really want to buy it because here's the story, okay? When I bought it during COVID, you know, everybody was quarantined and I was able to work on it for, I want to say a couple months. I also was single placing at the time. And I didn't get much far into it. We ended up moving to a house. When I moved everything over to the new house, I actually had a, I want to say it was like a craft room slash like hobby room because I just did everything and anything in that room. A lot of the times my cousins would come over and we would kind of work on it together as like a whole. It was actually very fun. There was one time we had a family party and my cousins actually came over. We realized that we were running out of a certain number. So I'm like, okay, well, let me get the drills for you. And then I realized that when we moved, I threw out the box with my extra drills. At this time, I also did not know it came with warranty. I did not know anything. I was so upset. I end up telling one of my cousins, like, if you want, you can have it. She ends up telling me recently, actually, that she threw it away. She literally took it home maybe for a week and realized that she couldn't do nothing with it and threw it out. Long story short, I moved in with my partner last year. And while moving here, I found the drills. I never threw the drills away. I literally was so upset because I could have finished that diamond painting. Well, when I found the drills, I ended up deciding that I wanted to get back into diamond painting, but I did the mistake. I ended up just buying a regular canvas somewhere. And I tell you, I mean, it was decent, but I can always remember the quality of Diamond Art Club and how I loved it so much. I just remember the quality being so good. When space opened up for me to have a craft room again, I told my partner that I wanted to start a hobby. I consider myself an extreme hobbyist. So once I start getting into a hobby, I go into it. Like, I want to buy everything and then I'll put it aside and then I'll jump into another hobby. You know, the people that get it. So I go online. I ended up just typing something on Google like diamond painting at Hobby Lobby at Michael's with a cat, purple cat, blue cat, I don't know. I find Diamond Art Club and I remember the name. Like, I just remember being like club, something club. So when I found this site, I ended up just going crazy. I do remember the day that I went on the site was the day of the release of Witch's Tea House. I remember seeing it, but it was sold out and I was like, this is beautiful. Like, I have to get this canvas. At this time, I did not know there was a VIP Facebook group. I didn't know anything, right? This is just me trying to start a new hobby, looking into it, doing my research. I placed my first order, which I did open my first order. I'm actually going to show you my first package ever. You're going to tell it's my first package and you're also going to see how I progressively started learning my style in diamond art canvases. In the beginning, you go in and you're just like, I just want to buy this because it's cute. I think I bought like a keychain and like minis. My first order, I think I bought like a multi-placer, a pin, and minis and a canvas. But you're gonna see how I start finding my style. I would love to do the packages in order, but if you guys actually want to see me unbox them, I don't even know. There's so many boxes. I don't know the order. I wouldn't be able to tell you guys which is which before just opening the box. So I do know that one of the very first boxes I received came in like a brown box instead of like the Diamond Art Club like long boxes. I know that that was probably like my second order ever. And then of course my first order, I did unbox it because I wanted the pin and the multi-placer, but I can show you guys that now. I actually had to look on my Diamond Art Club account just to make sure that I had everything. So the very first thing that I bought myself was this pin. It's beautiful. I don't remember the name of it. I will try to insert the name somewhere here. And with that, I bought a 3 multi-placer. And I also bought, I think this one is 10 or 12. And I will also make sure that I am putting everything up here. So with my very first order that I purchased from Diamond Art Club, my very first canvas was the Song of Artemis, which you're gonna see that Margaret Morales becomes one of my favorite artists from Diamond Art Club. I will say that in the midst of joining the VIP group, I think with your first order, you get access to joining the club. I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. I learned that there's Destash groups. And if you don't know what a Destash group is, it's basically a group on Facebook where people who have bought canvases decide to sell them. There's canvases that you want that are out of stock or discontinued or archived. I ended up getting 2 canvases that I know are a lot of people's unicorns, and right now I'm actually working on Halloween Bedroom by Mrs. Butter D. At the moment, she is my favorite artist from Diamond Art Club. I am loving the colors. I also got another one from a D-Stash group, which again, it's a lot of people's unicorns, but I just knew I absolutely had to get it, and that is Cursed by Mrs. Butter D. This was actually the canvas that I worked on for Drills and Chills. I absolutely loved working on this. But I will say that once I was done with this, when I tell you I was so tired of oranges and browns, but I do love it. Finally, we get to the part that everybody's been asking. In my Diamond Art friend group, it's a running joke that all my boxes are mysteries because I don't know what's in every box. So this is very exciting. I don't want to waste any more time. It's been about 2 months that I've accumulated all these boxes. I just want to get it over with. Well, let's start. Okay, so I should say that the only reason I decided to even do an unboxing was because I finally got a shelf where I could put them up. So this box comes with only 1 diamond painting, which is not like myself because I always say that they have to travel in buddies so they don't get lonely. And because I don't like paying for shipping. I know nobody likes paying for shipping. You are going to see how I fell in love with Margaret Morales, and this is Sleeping with Butterflies, which is one of the newer ones that I've gotten. I actually saw somebody do an unboxing of her. They said that her hand was really red and I can't unsee it, but hopefully when I get around to this, it doesn't bother me that much. Oh my god, look, just tell me this isn't beautiful. In the midst of me collecting all this, I came across somebody selling a mini dazzler on Facebook Marketplace for $10. I think I'm just gonna count them at the end. Box number 2, this is a Diamond Art Club, and I'm actually rating them because I did buy a couple of D-Stashes, so these might be not directly from Diamond Art Club. This might just be from me buying them from D-Stash groups, so I just want to keep that in mind because I know that it voids the warranty. This is kind of fun. I forgot all the ones that I bought. Again, it is another one with just 1, and I promise you this is very rare. Usually all my boxes are gonna come with more than 2. My next one is, and you guys are starting to see the theme here, Christmas Fairy by Mrs. Butter D. I do remember why I bought this one. I didn't like any other restocks, but I really want to grow my collection. When this restocked, I was like, I need to get it. Now the real question is, when am I gonna actually open them and see the trading cards? I don't know. That's too much. This is already too much pressure on me, okay? Third box. This feels heavy, so I know it's gonna be more than 1. For a very long time, I wanted this and it restocked. I was so happy to get it. We have Rose Library. When I tell you guys, I'm so excited to start this one. I don't know when I'm gonna start it. I actually wanted to get this for Drills and Chills. One of my friends was de-stashing this one and I almost bought it from her. But I was like, you know what? I can hold off. I'm also learning to control myself and not buy everything off of a de-stash because it has happened that I overspend on a canvas and then it restocks that same week. So unless it's something that's like discontinued or just like one of my really rare unicorns like Halloween Bedroom for like a spooky event, I know to hold off because eventually it will restock. I actually forgot I had that one. It's good to know that I have that one now. And the second one and this one, oh, long story short, I really needed to unbox all my canvases because in the month of November with my DP friend group on TikTok, we're actually doing an event for this canvas. And I am happy to see that it is a 22 by 28, so not too big. I will probably finish this one really quick. I almost bought this one from a D-Stash. I'm glad I didn't because it ended up restocking and I was able to buy from Diamond Art Club. Also, another thing is I love that if I'm missing drills or they have like this spill coverage, I can just contact them and I can get extra drills. But for other canvases, if I'm ever missing drills, it just voids the warranty. So I'm glad that I waited. That is by Mrs. Butter D. So can you kind of tell who I'm really liking? I don't know what box that is, but that's one of the boxes. Buddy system here. It's 2 of them, it's not just 1. The first one is, oh, I know you're gonna hear me say this a lot, but this is one that I absolutely wanted so bad. I almost also got it for Drills and Chills, but then it just didn't give the spooky vibe that I wanted from it, but I'm glad I was able to get it. Dark Lilith. I love her. The only thing is, I hope it's not a lot of 310s, but as you can tell, it looks like it might be a lot of 310s. I do have something against 310s. I'm sorry, I'm blind. I did a live board. If you want a video on what I use and what I ended up buying, that is a whole nother thing. When I saw her restock, I was like, I need her, and I'm glad I did because she's absolutely beautiful. I think I can guess what other one is in here because I think I remember the two that I bought together. It is not what I thought it was. The second one in that box is I'm Not a Craft Hoarder. Isn't it so fitting because I do feel like I am a craft hoarder. I like to call myself a hobby hopper because my bookshelf is there, and in that closet I have everything for the Cricut, for pressing shirts, for sublimation. I've done sublimation cups. I did bracelets for a long time. Basically any hobby, I'm pretty sure I've done it or I've thought of doing. I also want to put that somewhere up on the wall. That's like perfect for the craft room, right? So remember how I told you that my second order was in this weird box? It's in this one. I do remember what I got here. I kind of regret something that I bought in this box just because I later ended up buying it on Amazon. It's okay, I still need it. We all need it. You can never have enough. And if you haven't already guessed of what I'm talking about, is storage. I ended up buying this one first from Diamond Art Club, and then I saw that it's a little bit cheaper on Amazon, and then they had 15% off, and it got delivered the next day. So absolutely yes. And in that is where I bought these minis. Houseplants. Fun fact about me, I love plants. My house is filled with houseplants, and I saw this one and I saw that it had a monstera, and I just knew I needed this. This is going with my minis. In my cart right now I have 3 minis I should not buy. Right now I'm on a no buy ban supposedly. I always say that, and then something restocks that I really like, or there's a release by Mrs. Butter D that I have to have, and that goes out the window. So I like to say that I can't buy right now because I'm waiting for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, but we all know that's a lie. I hope you guys like this video. It's not really an unboxing. This is my, I don't know what box. I promise you guys, I don't know how many canvases I own. So let's pause here. Comment down below. Try to guess how many canvases I've bought. I don't know how many boxes. I can't even begin to guesstimate because I have no idea. Again, buddy system in here, there's 2. The first one is, okay, so this is one of the newer ones. I think this was a new release if I'm not mistaken, and it's Love Tezzy by Margaret Morales. As you can see, my 2 top artists is Margaret Morales and Mrs. Butter D. The reason I ended up getting this, it has 100 colors. 100 colors. When I saw she was dropping, I immediately knew I had to get her. Another one that I absolutely adore was Aquamarine Fairy. I think what got me with her was that there's 3 ABs and 4 fairy dust, which right now fairy dust is my absolute favorite. Look at her cute face. Like, she's so beautiful. Yeah, there's no buddy system in this one, unfortunately. That makes a lot of sense. So there was no buddy system because there is more things in here. I totally forgot I even bought those. In this box we have Once Upon a Fairy Tale, which initially I wasn't gonna buy her, but then I saw that somebody said there was so much pink in her that I just felt like I needed to get her, and now I'm kind of happy because she's super cute. And also another thing that stopped me in the beginning was she's round. At the time I was like, I'm a square girl, but after I did Cursed, chef's kiss, I think I like both round and square now, but at the time that's what stopped me from getting her. But I ended up getting her. As you can see, I have a problem. I ended up getting these coasters, and honestly that was one of the very first orders that I made. I wanted something small that I could work with, so I got these coasters, which I'm gonna put to the side because this is something that I could definitely work, especially when you start to get really bored of the canvas that you're currently working on. This is like a good little in-between break, you know. I got a keychain. My logic to this keychain is I want to go out and people know that I diamond paint, because imagine you standing beside me in an aisle at Walmart and you're like, is that a, yep it is, do you diamond paint? That's a scenario that I make up in my head, which, let's be for real, it probably would never happen, but who knows, it's a conversation starter. And I need diamond painting friends, so I'm also gonna put this to the side because I plan on working on this probably today actually. On to box, I don't know what. Guys, I don't want to scare y'all, but I'm not even halfway through. We have the buddy system going on here, and we have Clara's Christmas. This is actually the canvas that I'm gonna be doing for our Christmas event on TikTok. I've heard she is enormous. I believe it because she does look huge. This is by Mrs. Holly. I'm not gonna lie, I am a fan, but I think I have to get through Margaret Morales and Mrs. Butter D before I get into another artist. My focus is to collect all Mrs. Butter D at the moment, and then Margaret Morales, she has a lot. It's gonna take me a while, and then probably Mrs. Holly's probably gonna be the 3rd artist I collect because her work is absolutely beautiful, but she does have a lot as well. And its buddy is, oh, okay. So I should say it was one of the very first ones that I added to my wish list. I don't know when I'll be uploading this, but she just restocked this week actually. The Tea Party. This is one of the very first ones that I saw on TikTok. I saw somebody doing this one. I searched it up and it was out of stock. When she came back, I was like, yep, hit cart. The tower of canvas is about to fall over. The 100th box is, ooh, this one's heavy. We'll do a Destash after this one. How about that? She is heavy. So I know for sure buddy system here. Might even be triplets. Who knows? Can you fit 3 into this small? I actually saw what's in here. It is Moments of Tranquility by Mrs. Holly. This is one that I would love to put in my bathroom, but I also heard that that's not good, so don't listen to me. It just gives so feminine. It gives self-care. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I'm actually a nail technician. I'm just like, that's my vibe, you know? I cannot remember what it looks like, but I know the name is under this. I thought it said under the sea. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say this in this video, but this is one. If not the tea party, I think this was the very first one that I put in my wish list. I am also a bookworm. I love books. Tell me this does not give in my cozy corner. As soon as it went in stock, listen, it was at my house. Okay, so as promised, guys, okay guys, don't freak out. But I gotta scratch off. This is why we have to unbox when we get them. I did get $10, so I'm very happy with this. And now I'm gonna get what I wanted to get. I might just have to use this today. I'm lying. We're not getting any more diamond paintings. I actually was gonna miss that. What if I have another one in there? We'll check the boxes before I throw them out. That was a fun little surprise. As promised, we are gonna do a Destash one. I don't know which one this is. Oh, I know what this is. This is actually one that I got from a Destash a long time ago before it recently restocked. Listen when I tell you, don't go crazy on the Destash groups because it will restock on Diamond Art Club. I promise you. I think I actually got it for cheaper. I might be wrong though. It's Catch Me by Mrs. Butter D. And this is when I really started to realize that I wanted to collect Mrs. Butter D. I'm pretty sure I got it because it was listed for less than the retail price. This is one that came by itself. This is one that I bought in the beginning when you get FOMO and you realize that you don't necessarily love every single piece that you buy. But what if, you know, they discontinue it and then I can never get it and it's something I eventually want to get. And it is Cat Sandwich Party. The aesthetic that I kind of go for, it's very pink, fluffy, girly. That is this. Like, tell me that is not this. I knew what I was doing when I bought this, is what I'm trying to say. It eventually grew on me, so you know. This is actually a Destash. Oh, I know which this is. And if I'm not mistaken, I know the box is damaged beforehand. We talked about it. Oh my god, beautiful. Jennifer, enjoy. Melissa, first of all, if you ever catch this, I just want to say thank you so much. I ended up getting Underwater Train. I don't know if you guys get the message where it's like, we miss you or something like that, and it'll have like a picture. And I always would see this one and I'm like, where is it? Come to find out, this is actually a discontinued piece by Mrs. Butter D, of course. I will eventually get to this one and I absolutely love the colors. And I'm keeping this because I love handwritten stuff. So we got this big box. I think there's more than 2. So hopefully it's not for, oh, wait a minute. I just realized that this is a Destash. I want to give a shout out to my very good friend Brandy. When I first started buying stuff off of Destash, she was a great friend. She has helped me a lot. We kind of have the same taste, so a lot of the time she destashes stuff that I want. So first one in this box is Witchcraft Room. This was one of my choices for Drills and Chills, but I'm happy I went with Cursed. She's cute. I don't know, I feel like everybody was doing her this year. I'm just glad that I'm able to have her in my collection. I did buy her and she restocked the week after. The next one in this box is Spooky Gamer Girl. I actually wanted to work on her for our Halloween event, but I just have so many Halloween canvases. She got voted off pretty quick just because I got Cursed and then Halloween Bedroom. It is something I'll definitely be working on for next Halloween. This is also a Destash. This is from Brandy. I got another one off of her. I think this was my very first Destash purchase ever. I ended up getting Milk Box Vending Machine in Fiji. Okay, this one is big. Maybe it's just the box because it looked huge for a second. This is gonna be one that I work on pretty soon. Fun fact, I was really skeptical of buying from Destash groups just because, you know, even though they do pay you through PayPal, it is kind of something scary and it's kind of something that you have to really pay attention to because there's people that be scamming. I was so scared to buy from Destash groups, but Brandy made it such a good experience that now I know what to look forward to. So like if somebody doesn't want to pay through goods and services, red flag. And then I got from her as well something that recently restocked, but I'm actually really happy that I was able to purchase. It is Artist Room. I absolutely love this one. Anything Mrs. Butter D, I'm gonna say I love. Now we're gonna open another one. This is a single one. No buddy system here. OMG. I am so happy I ended up getting her. And it is actually Snow Globe Wish by Mrs. Butter D. This one is honestly one of my least favorite from Mrs. Butter D. I don't know, it doesn't really give her, but I'm glad I bought her because she is discontinued now. I ended up seeing an unboxing and she is absolutely beautiful. There's so much pink. I'm so excited to figure out if I'm gonna like divide all my canvases by like square rounds or artist, or I don't know, but I'm so excited. I actually did not purchase this year's Halloween box and I'm so upset because I saw Apple Pie by Mrs. Butter D. So now I know I'm gonna have to buy that one off of Destash. And we have another box. This is Love Bard by Rosie Scribbles. Again, pink. You know, I'm a pink girl. We're actually gonna work on that one for our Valentine's Day event on TikTok. So I'm excited about that. So there's a couple things in this box. I ended up getting Dark Princess with her. Tell me this isn't the most beautiful contrast ever. This is literally me. If I had to choose two canvases to describe me, it'd be this. It's either super girly pink like this or just black. Around that time, I'm not sure if I had points or something, but I ended up getting tweezers because I did not own any tweezers. I didn't know about ABs and how if you use putty, they'll literally take off like that coating. Finally, the triplets are coming in. And see, for these, my buddy's buddy needed a buddy. So, buddy system. Just, it makes sense, okay? Our first one is Magic Broth Ramen Shop from Mrs. Butter D. I was very excited when this one restocked, but this was also one of the canvases that it took me a couple days to actually want to buy, just because it's not necessarily my style, but because I'm so into collecting all her pieces, I feel like I had to get it. Definitely something that I look forward to eventually working on, maybe for an event with my girls, because I think everybody ended up getting it. Gamer room. I love gaming. I have a setup. I have my PC and everything. I like playing more of like Fortnite. My setup's lights are basically pink. I have this blank wall behind my monitor that I was like, this would literally be perfect right behind it. And I'm glad I bought it because she got discontinued. I know everybody was really upset because they were saying there was no general release for her. And she's one that I'm gonna work on for sure. I want to say before the year ends, but because we have so many events coming up, I don't think so. But it is my goal to work on her by the end of this year. The last one in this box, I'm here for the food. The Magic Broth Ramen Shop and I'm Here for the Food are the two ones that were just not convincing enough for me to get ASAP. But because Gamer Room came out, I was like, you know what? I'll just get all the Mrs. Butter D. A package full of just Mrs. Butter D's art. I have to commit to getting all her pieces now. Even if I don't necessarily like them, hopefully there's an event maybe that I can work on her for. This one means so much to me. This was a Destash from someone who is now a very close friend of mine. I adore her. I call her my DP Madrina, which is like my DP godmother. Elba, if you're watching this, thank you so much. I literally appreciate you. We literally talk every day. That is my girl. I love her. The day that I started diamond painting, I guess I want to say the day that I placed my first order with Diamond Art Club was the day that something got released. And because I was late and I didn't know about the release days and I don't know how release worked, I wasn't able to get her, so I bought her off of the Destash. I'm so thankful that Elba was willing to let go of her because I know this is one that a lot of people have been wanting. A lot of people to this day are like, oh my god, I have to get her when she restocks. We have to get the restocks. And if you don't remember what I'm talking about, it is Witch's Tea House by Mrs. Butter D. The day that I started getting into diamond painting, this is the canvas that was released. Very sentimental value to me. It just kind of marks like the exact day that I decided to really start this hobby and take it serious. This is gonna be my personal whip, which I have personal whips and then I have event whips and then I have like in between whips, but this is definitely gonna be a personal whip. Two of my girls have actually already finished this one, so it is gonna be a personal whip. I lied when I said we were halfway through because we have 2 small boxes and then 5 big boxes. First one, guys, I'm sorry, I wish I had a better angle to kind of show you guys how I like unbox it, but honestly I think people are just here to see what I bought, not necessarily me taking them out of the box, you know. Once I have everything situated, I can do unboxings where I actually unbox it and show you guys the canvases and the drills. Leave a comment down below which canvas you want to see me unbox, like actually unbox. I see 2 in here. Little Baker by Mrs. Holly. This was also another one that I did not want to get right off the bat. Like it was something that I had in my cart for a little bit and I was like, I can wait. But the way my walls are kind of split in half and then kind of come up at an angle, I feel like I need more canvases that are across, so like horizontal instead of vertical. And so when I saw this, I was like, this would be so cute. The second one that I bought with that, I got Makeup Routine, and again, buddy system. She couldn't ride alone by herself. When I saw her restock, I was like, I need her, I have to have her, and I bought her. Oh my god, see, I need to start checking boxes. And I got a single placer. Don't worry guys, whenever I get rid of these boxes, I'm gonna shake them out, make sure there's nothing in there, and if there is, I will add it towards the end, but I don't think so. If we're being for real, I didn't remember that I had half of these. So that definitely is a problem. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes left, and I'm gonna go in with the biggest ones, okay? This one is also a really heavy one. Oh, listen, I'm not going to the gym today. Going up and down the steps to get these up here was definitely a workout. There's no need for the gym today. In this box, we have what seems to be 4. Let me take out the first one, and then if it is the box that I think it is, I'll tell you guys what I'm thinking. So the first one is, it is the box that I'm thinking. If I'm not mistaken, this was my 3rd order ever. I started to get real crazy FOMO. Half of these, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna destash. I don't like them. I got them because everybody was overhyping them. Everybody wanted them. I felt like I wanted them. But now that I have found my style, it's not my style. You guys are gonna see. I'm pretty sure you guys could tell my style with everything we've unboxed. You guys are gonna see what I'm talking about. Reborn by Claudia. She is absolutely stunning. But again, I do not think she is my style. It is something that I would like to keep just to kind of experiment with different styles of canvases. But if I'm being honest, it is something that I 100% don't necessarily love. This is also another one that, again, I don't 100% love, but FOMO got me. And I know a lot of you guys really like this one, so I might end up destashing these. Our Wild Garden. This is something that I feel like I could also keep because I do like how it looks like very quilted. It'd be something that I could work like for my personal whips. Wait, let's see how many colors does it have. 81 colors. This is something definitely color wise that I would work on, but not necessarily style. I think I have to be a little bit more open to different designs, you know. We have Angel of Justice. Not necessarily my style, as you guys can see. She's absolutely gorgeous. Maybe these are just gonna be like the ones that I end up destashing, but then again, these might be my trial ones. Maybe I end up really liking Dakota's work, or, you know, Peggy or Claudia. Finally, for this box, so it's Annafel. It was my 3rd or 4th purchase. My logic was, well, because I got the Song of Artemis, I feel that I fell in love with Margaret Morales, and I can't wait to start collecting more of her art. One of our last boxes. It's almost our last box. It did come like this, and I'm very worried that stuff is not in here. So, because I mean, look, this, I can literally reach in here and grab. So this is actually the last order that I've placed with Diamond Art Club. I think tomorrow I'm going to order Sneaky Cat, just because I want that to kind of be like my, I did it, you know, like I got into this hobby, I stuck to it, especially because that was the very first one I ever touched. And then also we just got the scratch off. So this is Cupcake Bakery. Not necessarily my style. I do think that this might be a fun personal whip in the future, not necessarily on the top of my list like some of these are. Now the reason that I even placed this order is because 2 of my absolute top wish lists were there, and I will tell you guys right now, it's Margaret Morales, and we got Satura. Hopefully I'm not mispronouncing the name. And this is one of the ones that I said if she ever comes in stock, I'm automatically not gonna hesitate. She is coming home to me, and she did. With that, Buddy System. I think I got minis here too. Also Chroma actually restocked with her. These were my top 2 Margaret Morales wish list ones. Colors amazing. There's 70, which I thought would have a little bit more. This is one that I almost bought from a destash. And then with that, I ended up getting Diamond Art Club. We have to talk about this because I ended up getting Dia de los Muertos mini dazzlers. They were on sale. I just wanted something like a little break in between my Halloween and then the mermaid one. So I think this is going to be a good little in between. I keep saying we have 5 more, but I promise you this is the last 4 packages. It's just every time I take one down, I see another one and another one and another one, but we're almost there, I promise. My watch telling me that I hit my goal. I didn't even do anything. I don't think I have any more destash ones. So there's 2. Buddy System. We have, this is one that I wanted for a really long time. I almost bought it off of destash as well, but I just waited, and I'm glad I did, because we got the Mortal and the Divine. For any book girlies on here, it gives Akatar almost. Not necessarily, but I think maybe Farah. I think it just kind of gives that vibe. Let's see when we get around to this one, but this is something I definitely love. And the buddy for this one, of course, we had to get a Mrs. Butter D Artsy Girl. This is not one that I necessarily loved in the beginning, but it did grow on me, especially kind of looking at how she has the shoes. I am obsessed with Starry Night, and I just realized she's a square, so now I really like her. Me like shaking all the boxes. Now I know there's a scratch off in here somewhere. Buddy System in here is looking like, and I think there's something down here. Mermaid Tea Time. I know you heard this a gazillion times. This is one that I really wanted. We're having a mermaid theme event in November with my DP friends from TikTok. I know we originally did the mermaid event because we all wanted to work on mermaid bedroom. If for some reason something doesn't work out, I might end up doing this one, but I think if we all kind of said that we were gonna work on that one, I think we're just gonna end up working on that one. And then in that same box, I absolutely love Mars. I don't know how I'm gonna get to all of these, but because of this one, I actually really fell in love with Roy, and a lot of his Destash's work is very beautiful. I love their faces. The rendering is actually very nicely detailed for their faces. I'm gonna start getting into his work as well, maybe in the future, but as of right now, this is the only one that I own from Roy. Okay guys, we have 2 more. We're almost there. Looking like it's 3. We got, oh gosh, I was like, did I get a duplicate? We got Art Shop. And again, this was one that I necessarily did not absolutely love and need, but we're collecting her art. We have 2 more in here. Christmas Drink by Mrs. Butter D. If I end up doing like a personal whip around Christmas time, I'm doing Claire's Christmas for our Christmas event. I think this might be my personal whip for Christmas because I do tend to work on 2 canvases. I work on a personal canvas and then I work an event canvas with my girls on TikTok. I think this might be my personal one because I think they're doing this one for the Christmas event. The last one in this box is Moon Girl. So crazy. I unboxed it today. She just restocked today and she is actually gonna be our New Year's. So our January event is gonna be for her. She is one that I told myself I was not gonna buy anything and then they released her, and you know, we get the teasers on a Friday of course, and I'm like, they got me. So I ended up getting her, but she is absolutely beautiful and I cannot wait for January so I can work on her. All right, last box guys. It is a buddy system one. Heidi's and Persephone. I did see that the Margaret Morales one came out. That's also one that I want to get, but when I saw this one restock, I knew I had to get it because one of my friends told me she waited forever for this one to restock. And I love that there's a man. I want to get, is it Manny? The God Manny something. I don't have enough canvases that with mint. I feel like all my canvases are so girly. Last but not least, the whole reason I even placed this order was because we had this release. It is Lumina. It's so nice to end the video off with this one because I think right now this is probably the one that I'm the most excited to work. I saw an unboxing of her and she gives me very much Chroma and Sleeping with Butterflies. Like if they had a baby, it's Lumina. The same color scheme that I love. Once I am done with my personal whip now, which I'm working on Coffee Break, is not a Diamond Art Club one. If I'm being honest, I like it, but not my favorite brand. I shouldn't say that, but I do feel like I'm gonna stick to Diamond Art Club. As soon as I'm done with that one, I think I'm gonna start with this one. That is all of my diamond paintings that I had. It is October and I started buying canvases in July. I'm gonna count them at the end of this video and I will insert the number here. So I don't know the number yet, but I can already see as being like, that girl crazy. I'm really trying not to buy any more. My goal is to at least finish 1 more before I buy more. I finished Halloween Bedroom probably in the next week, but I also want to say guys, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, I appreciate you guys and thank you so much for watching my video. I had so much fun finally unboxing these. When I tell you guys that I've been wanting to do this for such a long time, I'm so happy that it's over with and I can see what I have. I'm not gonna lie, it made me worried a lot that a lot of these I wanted to buy off of Destash groups, not knowing that I had already purchased them. I'm glad that I'm able to see what I have now, even though I could have gone on the app. A lot of the times, you know, you go on the Destash and you see a great deal and you're like, I need it, and you don't think about, oh, I might actually have that in my stash already. That being said guys, thank you so much and I appreciate you guys, and if you like this content, please make sure you subscribe because I do want to start making more videos. You guys let me know if you want to see any of these canvases being unboxed. I can make a whole separate video specifically for that one canvas that you want to see. I'm totally up for that. You guys have a great day. Goodbye.